The good part is that I can give away other people's money. But the bad part is I can't give it to everybody, you know, which I would like. And initially when they asked me a jury, I said I could remove work from the show, but absolutely not. I would never, ever do that. And I'm only sorry I couldn't give more awards because there was way more work I wanted to give an award to. I appreciate anybody that expresses themselves in their work and puts their vision into reality. So, you know, walking around the show, I actually don't know so many people here in Virginia because I'm West Coaster. But the first thing I did was they had all the work out. It wasn't finished yet, the labels weren't on, but I walked through the whole show 3 times before I asked who made what. And the first time through I made notes, and actually I gave the notes to Ollie, so I don't have them here to refer to them. But first time through was what work speaks to me as a human being. And speaks to my soul, however you want to define soul, or speaks to my heart. So first time through, I think I picked 5 or 6 pieces that I went, yes, you know, this is it. And the second time through, I went through and looked at work that I thought, this is really well done. Whether I like it or not is irrelevant. It's really well done. And then the third time through, presentation. This presentation is important, very important as an artist. And so third time through, I kept notes, lists of people or works that I thought there was a very good presentation. It's always a matter of taste. You know, it's like, I'll be blunt and frank, it's like I would love to say, don't ever put your glass on driftwood. You know, it just doesn't work for me, but that's a matter of taste. And so first was what speaks to me, second was what was well made, whether I liked it or not, and third was work that the presentation was right. You know, in a couple of instances the presentation's very simple, or you can just hang it on a wall, but there's a lot of three-dimensional pieces here, and so those were my parameters. Fourth time through, who made this all the way through, so there were no prejudices or favoritism. I know jurors that absolutely refuse to give awards to their friends, and I know jurors that won't give awards to anybody but their friends. And, I'm neither. You know, I look at the work. I look at the work. It's like who expressed their soul. And I've taught for 40-some years, and I always say, being original is not the first person to do it, because we've been here for at least 4 million years, and we've been working in glass for at least 5,000 years. And so it's really difficult to be the first person to do something. So I always tell my students, being original is doing it in your own way, expressing yourself in your own way. And so I look for that, you know. There are pieces that I could criticize because they're copies of somebody precedent, you know, somebody else made the work years ago and somebody else just copied it today. But, you know, for myself, if that's how you grow your talent and develop your techniques, that's okay too. Tom Buechner, the head of the Corning Museum, used to say, you're never going to make anything original, so just copy the masters. I totally disagree with that. You know, if you want to grow your talent and learn the techniques and get better at it, copy the masters and then find your own voice. But, you know, I look at work that I see as a copy of somebody else's, and I'm not impressed. So anyway, it's very difficult to jury a show, and in fact, originally I talked to Allie about coming back to do a workshop, and early in my career I juried a lot, and I got in a lot of trouble. In 1977, I juried a statewide show in the state of Wyoming, about 800 artists, and in 1977, photography wasn't recognized, or was beginning to be recognized as an art form, and I gave first place, a $5,000 award to a photograph, and over 700 artists were outraged that I would give a first place award, a cash award, to a photograph. And the photographer told me that he'd never even been accepted to a show, let alone. But you know, you ask me a jury, I'm going to do what I do, and I try to always be honest and frank and direct. And there is going to be a video of my explanation of each award that I gave. So I think that'll be showing after this awards. And if you want to watch that, it's maybe 10 minutes where I talk about where it was fresh in my mind, why I gave each person that particular award. You know, what struck me, did it speak to me? Was it very well done, or was the presentation right? Sometimes all three on the same work. Quite frankly, since Kathy's here, I'll say I would have given her an award, except she wasn't eligible. Her work's good.
Thank you.
It's nice that, you know, she got the award last year, so she got a show this year. That's really good too, and it's an excellent show.